Going back to our old schedule, which is kind of spooky. Hey, y'all. Ooh, it's hot. Is it hot where y'all at, baby? It's about 90 something degrees, 92. That is crazy. With all this humidity, Lord Jesus. It's real hot. But God said that was gonna happen too, so it just be real crazy. Everything do. Everything is crazy. It's like, who feel like you living in a movie? If you feel like you living in a movie, please raise your hand. If you don't, I don't know how, because this show feel like a movie to me. Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, listen. It felt like we are living in a lot of movies, not just one, a whole bunch of them. Ooh. So, what's starting to, y'all want to hear, I got a confession. Y'all want to hear what's starting to spook me out? I will have a random conversation with somebody, and then I get on TikTok, and somebody is saying what I like just said to one of my kids. Because I just told my son last night. He said, "Child, I popped a shoulder and ankle outside and started being baked alive." Like a chalupa. I'm trying to tell you, got my car, burnt my arm on the dough. What the heck? I was like, oh, wow. But that's why I be having pants on. I sit outside, y'all, with a robe on because mosquitoes be eating me up. But baby, not today. You will die of heat stroke. Grateful I got melanin. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. So, anyway, I was talking to y'all cousin, nephew, grandson, great nephew, depending on where you at in the family, you pick your space. And I told him last night, I said, I don't want you going to no big events or nothing, like clubs and stuff. It's a wrap for that. Anywhere like downtown or where it's going to be a lot of people, y'all need to steer clear. Told my daughter the same thing this morning. Anybody know who Jasmine Crockett is? Everybody know Jasmine Crockett, right? The fabulously wonderful black lady that is in Congress. Y'all know where the attorney, that one. Y'all know her. Oh, okay. Did y'all see what she said? Now tell me if what Jasmine Crockett is getting ready to say right here, if you've ever heard it before. Okay, you just put a yes if you've ever heard it. Um, if you could do that for me, it would be great. Did they not repost it? Really? They're doing that again, huh? Here we go. To prepare for what most likely is to prepare for what most likely is to come. We are scared. So first of all, if you're scared, I'm gonna say this. Um, we all need to be very cognizant and move in a way in which we literally have our heads on swivel because we gonna pause and go, pause and go. Have you heard that here? Just put a yes if you heard that here. And if you've been hearing that here. The reason that we made our hoodies the way that we made our 2025 hoodies was for that specific reason, was it not? You know this person if you see him in a hoodie, but to anybody else, it just looks like a regular black hoodie. We didn't do nothing with a whole bunch of color or nothing. Y'all remember this? Huh? Y'all remember this conversation? Do you remember me telling you you need to be paying attention to what's going on around you when you go outside? Quit just driving aimlessly and not look. You need to be. You heard that here? Y'all remember, I think it was last month or the month before, and y'all was like, we need to do another meet and greet. And I was like, yeah, we probably won't be doing no big crowds, no large get togethers. It's probably not going to be safe. Now, for two reasons. One, I was talking about that they putting sicknesses out in the air, right? And then two, folks is real crazy right now. Do you remember? I did say that. I did, didn't I? Now listen. I personally believe that there are always people in this country that do not like us. And have you heard that here? Have you heard what she just, have you heard that at WO? You might have heard it before, but have you heard that here, and more than once? In the last 3 years. And we know that we were caught off guard with 9/11. I don't. Have you heard? They want you to be caught off guard. Have you heard that here? More than one time. Okay, we gonna keep going, but I gotta ask y'all a question. Okay, so do y'all remember the other day I showed y'all a notebook? Not a book, but my own handwriting, the chicken scratch that I have. Do y'all remember me showing y'all the notebook? And it was 10 years ago this time when I was studying about the G7. It's been in the last 2 or 3 weeks that I showed y'all that. You remember? 10 years ago was when? If you've been listening to the videos that are being put out by certain Army personnel and ex-Army personnel and different Congress people and whatnot, and other people, they've been saying this, what's happening right now has been planned for sure since 10 years ago. It was planned 10 years ago. Have y'all seen the videos? It was planned 10 years ago. 10. The reason that I tell you to write stuff down when God brings it to you, time and date, is because people are not going to believe that you knew ahead of time. That's why I time and date everything I write. I didn't at first, and then I could show the person, but they're like, you could have wrote this today. Well, you can look in the transition in my writing. When I first started, I wrote big on, double line, whatever. And then I started going to single rule paper, and I could write 2 or 3 lines in the single rule because I needed to fit all the information in. So you can see the progression of my handwriting when it was just all over the place and taking up a whole bunch of needed space like people was in my life moving on. And when I got the people out, I could write more, I could get more information in a smaller space. We'll say that, okay? So, for 10 years, I have been thinking about, over 10 years for sure, but I can specifically tell y'all and confidently say, because I've showed y'all my journal entries and the dates and what I was studying and what country and what treaty and what this and what that. I have showed over the last 4 years, 3.5 years, I have showed y'all Y'all, I know y'all think I'm crazy, but guess what? I was studying this on this day. Now I might have to cover parts because it got people's names in it and whatever else, but I show y'all the dates. You all have seen them. And for me to hear in 2025 that what is happening right now was planned 10 years ago, you mean when God had me studying it? Y'all remember I showed y'all a picture of an arms magazine that I had in my house when it was talking about Obama had sold Iran, Iraq, and all of these other companies, all of these missiles and stuff. I showed y'all this. And it was talking about the arms that were being sold, and it showed they sold this many billion worth, and this many billion worth, and this many billion worth. Now, when I was on my other social media, my family called me crazy. They ain't doing that. You need to quit reading all that stuff. Well, you know what's funny? 10 years later, folks is trying to act like they don't know where certain people got certain stuff, but I had a magazine that told me exactly who sold it to them. You want to know why they know what they got? Because they the one that sold it. Oh, they sold it. It's like you the nigga, and then you give a nigga a few little things that you use to build a house, and then you tell your homeboys to go get it back and take that extra with them, like that. That's what they just did. We know what you got because we sold it to you. But I know what else you got over there that you ain't talking about. So I'm gonna come on. I'm gonna come and get what I gave you, and then I'm gonna go on and take what you didn't think I know. You didn't think I knew you had. That's what I'm gonna come get to. That's really what I want because it's really more valuable than what I gave you. But I needed a way in the house, and that's how I'm gonna get it. Oh, okay. It's hood games being played around here, and if you've been in the hood, you know. I said, oh no, they didn't. But if you don't know, you think, no, oh yeah, sure did. That's exactly why they so worried, because they know what's up with it. And yes, it's about the minerals, but they know what they sold them. And I remember, on top of what we gave away in the last 3 years, you mean like how you lose a nuke? They can track your draws from Walmart. And y'all lost the whole nuclear warhead, right? Okay. Sure. Who remembers me saying all of this is scripted? Even the conversation, and I don't know what I'm going to say in the next 40 minutes, if God let me live that long, whatever. But didn't I tell y'all all of this is already scripted? You just got to know the script and you'll know which way to move. We talked about it. Do you feel like God gave you the script? If you've been here long enough to study with us, do you feel like God gave you the script? Interesting. If you wonder why our classes had to go so hard and so long and just packed with information, it was because every single time you turned on your social media, your radio, your TV, or got on the phone with somebody, you was gonna know what was up. It didn't matter what country it was about, what mineral, what number, what, it didn't matter. You were gonna have some information about it. Do you feel like that today? Do you feel like no matter what come on TV, you know something about it? Whether it be agriculture, the space stuff, the you it don't matter. If they done found some kind of discovery over there, because I took a picture of that. We're going to get to that too. I said, ooh, they just letting all the information out right now. But look, this is a congresswoman coming in here and lead, and we ain't done. I want y'all to listen. But now when I hear stuff, I said, Lord, if this ain't my class, and it's from the people that people pay attention to, they might not pay no attention to me. But the people that they pay attention to are saying the same thing that God was telling us 3 years ago. They're talking about all the same things that we have been talking about for 3 years when nobody else wanted to hear it, and now the world cannot hear it. Did we talk about it? I said they don't have to hear it now. They still gonna have to hear it. And they don't gotta take it from me. But they still gonna hear it. And it's gonna affect their life whether they want to listen to it or not. Is it? On every continent. This affects every continent. And we kept talking about how it was going to be all over the world, not just in one place. And don't be okay with what they're doing over there, because guess what? It's going to go somewhere else, and in a minute, it'll be at your house. Okay.
Know what is going to happen going forward, but I can tell you that it is, I don't know what is going to happen going forward, but I can tell you that it is very important for you to be very cognizant of your surroundings and to be very mindful of large gatherings. And I'm not saying
the words she getting ready to say to you, I said so much in 2022 and 2023, I got sick of saying it. Okay? Just hear what she about to say and tell me if you heard this here.
Don't participate in any of that, but definitely make sure that you and I'm not saying don't participate, be very mindful of large gatherings. And I'm not saying don't participate in any of that, but definitely make sure that you feel comfortable with the security that is going to be provided in any large gathering situation. I want you to continue to live, because life in general is just too short not to live. But I want you to absolutely make sure that you are on heightened alert for everything. All right. Give me one more.
I said, I'm not telling you don't live. But you definitely need to find a different way to live. And don't just be out here willy-nilly and don't know what's going on. You need to be paying attention to your surroundings at all times. And if you can avoid large gatherings, I would do so. CERCA, we ain't going to do it. Well, we should, yeah, we going to have to see how stuff work out. Folks thought I was crazy when I didn't want to fly. I said, God keep telling me. And then what started happening? Oh, okay. And what's still happening? Oh, okay. Hello. We talked about learning to be okay in your space and having everything you need just in case it's not safe to be on the streets. You need to have it in your house so you don't go stir crazy. Did we talk about that? And now here's a congressman, woman, saying, hey, I'm not saying don't live. I'm saying, but you need to be very mindful of everything that's going around you. And I ain't saying don't do no big crowds, but if you're going to do them, you need to make sure that the right type of people are there. You said you just told us be okay because you didn't get invited. Oh, okay. You going to be happy they didn't invite you. Don't worry about it. Don't be sad or nothing. Do it at home. Do you hear me? Do it at home. To those of you that made your house your safe space instead of the club and everybody else's house and all of that stuff, and you start putting stuff in your house that was actually valuable, not just expensive, like books, if it ain't no TV and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Things to do, because you're not going to be able to go outside. Oh, getting the kids coloring books and games, stuff that don't have nothing to do with electricity and the internet. Start teaching them to sit and not watch TV. Let's color. Let's have a coloring contest. Let's do this. Let's do that. Because all of that super fun going whenever you want to is about to be out. So you had to start training them to get ready to sit in the crib. Okay. No. Sherry, you've been here long enough. Whatever you miss, you already know you can go over to YouTube and rewind back from 21 minutes and 17 seconds and hear it. Y'all know you already know I don't like repeating stuff. If you're not listening, that means you gotta go to the rewatch. I'm not doing that. No, that's why we record. And you've been here a long time, so I know you know. No, you know that's one of my biggest pet peeves too. That's why we record over here. I love you. The rules have not changed. They're still the same. I don't care that the world is ending. I'm not changing. Not from that. Remember I told y'all gotta put y'all listening ears on right now. Because you might not get to hear it twice. That ain't changed either. You said I love how well behave my kids are now, even when we go out there different from other kids. That could save y'all life. And people thought I was being mean and nasty when I said that until all of this started going on. And then they not going to care about your kid being, they're not going to care about none of that. Those were some of my thoughts earlier, even to this point of taking pictures to remember where things are and how it looked and before and after. Mari, what did I tell you? I take pictures of outside every day. When I'm driving, I'll hit my camera and hit record because I already know life is about to look real different. I love you too, sir. I appreciate your service and obedience. Thank you, God. Continue to bless you. Thank you so much. This is the thing, y'all. Y'all bless me every day when y'all get to see what we studied here work. Because y'all trusted a complete. I could have been on here saying anything, lying to y'all and everything. I could have. And because people were so thirsty, not y'all, but just the world is just looking for something to attach to, it would have been easy. I ain't even gonna lie, it could have been real easy. But to see y'all growing and to see y'all lives changing, y'all children, y'all husbands, even I know it make y'all feel better. When y'all family now, whether it be husband or wife, is coming and saying, baby, I'm sorry. You was right. And I'm grateful that you just went to look out for us. I know I gave you a hard time, whatever else it is, like for y'all kids to be working with y'all. Mama, you get the toilet paper this week. I'm gonna get the toilet paper next week. Mama, you get the food this week. I'm gonna go to the food bank next week. Like, could you imagine sitting on all this information and knowing that millions and millions of people are getting ready to go through some crazy stuff and I couldn't sleep. I would not be able to sleep. I couldn't sleep when I was telling my family and they still wasn't listening. When I tell you my daughter's used to fight in my sleep like it's a real thing. This. Listen. This is a real thing. It's real. You hear me? I started watching you 2 years ago and everything you've said is so accurate. Listen, because I'm just a transistor for the radio. A lot of people play with God and they fake anointing and they fake all of this other stuff. You want to know why I'm not faking? Because if I didn't tell you the truth, when I get up, today is the 22nd, it is. When I got over to the other side, do you know all of y'all names would have been attached to me? Ooh, that made me want to cry. That put the biggest lump in my throat. We're not gonna do it. I'm real emotional, so y'all just get over it. But I wouldn't. Do y'all know all of y'all names? Every single person, even if they just saw the giant video and they went away. Do you get that here, right? Hello. You get that? Every person that has ever heard my voice, before y'all and after, would have been on my list for why didn't you tell them? Absolutely not. And see, this is what these pastors that want to be pastors for money don't realize. Oh, you got all your stuff. But what did they get? What did you give them in return for what they gave you? That's part of the shepherd stuff too. And you, sir, are accountable for the flock. So if they went hungry, or if you knew that it was a drought and you didn't store water for them, if you knew that a predator was coming and you didn't protect them, ooh, see, that's gonna be on their rap sheet. I don't got time for that. It's a lot of y'all. Even if all the people that ain't here was here, y'all have been in somebody over here not what 2 years in, a year in, was on their way to work in Tennessee after we had just left. So that had to be 2023. They in line at a Hardee's and thinking that they radio is echoing because they were watching us while they were in line getting their food, get ready to go to work, and turn the radio down, and either the person in front of them or behind them was listening to our class. Clock that in Tennessee. You said what? People have walked in Walmart, from what y'all told me, and said, somebody didn't walk up and said, that's CERCA. I know, yeah, I'll be watching her. Hello. So whether they stayed in class, whether one of y'all shared it on other social medias, it was a lot of people that was supposed to hear what I had to say. And if any of them didn't, because I got an attitude and didn't want to do it, or was worried about money or fame or fortune more than that, they name, when I get to the other side, was going to be attached to me of why you didn't tell them about me. Why didn't you tell them what I told you to tell them? Why didn't you prepare my people for me coming? And it's free to tell you? Oh, no, babe. Oh, Jesus. I don't want that on my rap sheet. No. No. I don't want that. I got enough stuff that I did that I don't know if he gonna let me in for. I done told y'all this. I don't even know if I don't know what's gonna happen. Because CERCA used to be doing her thing. Did. Big, bold, and bad. That's why I be ending up in the hospital and stuff. But we just gonna leave that where that's it. I don't got that in me no more. I ain't trying to fight that. What you want me to do? I don't want y'all names on my roster unless it's you told them. You said my coworker, he always says, she is still talking, is. And gonna keep on talking too. But see the difference in just listening to anything and actually listening to something of value. And I'm not just saying that because I said it. You all see the value. You can listen to a whole bunch of stuff on the internet. You can pick and choose, baby. You can see whatever you want to see. You can look at whatever you want to look at. But the information that God gave us here wasn't just for us. It was for people all around the world as well, was it not? Because the information that God gave us affects everybody in the world, not just us. World war means exactly that. Everybody in the world will be affected by it. Everybody. The famine that's coming for the world, the blackouts that are coming for the world, the unalivings and the destruction for the world. And now we have Congress people saying, please move differently. Don't just be so all over the place. Get yourself somewhere and sit down, is what they said. And if you gotta go out, don't just be all over the place just because you can. Move in silence. Get in, get out, get what you need, and go home. Do you hear me? You can celebrate at your house. Find a neighbor or somebody. You ain't gotta be all over. And this is the time that if you do have anybody on your block that you absolutely trust, y'all need to be trying to, who all gonna be looking for who? Because when she, okay.
How can the Senate be involved to make them accountable for what they're doing? I mean, listen, y'all are talking about accountability. The systems have broken down. The systems have broken down because people have legitimately decided that they would rather serve him than serve the people that put them into office. Like, I don't really have any, like, good answers for you, except for the fact that legitimately everything that he does is like against the law. Like, he just breaks the law. And I know that there are some people that
I'm gonna say a word, and I want you to tell me if we studied it here more than one time. Are you ready? Okay. Lawlessness. You studied that a lot here, right? Mm-mm. When you look at the other leaders, when they are referring to this situation, lawlessness and lawless keeps coming up a lot. Just about every world leader that made a comment, or their cabinet or whatever, the word lawless is in all of them. And it's referring to our leadership. So even studying, I said, when you start to see lawlessness, then you'll know what it is. And so then we went and looked up what lawlessness means, right? We are seeing lawlessness, which means these folks that make the law don't even follow the law. That's lawlessness. Okay. The Bible said at the end times there would be a lot of it, did he not? So if the leaders don't follow the law and people are supposed to follow the leaders, then what? Then we will be a lawless nation, lost in lawlessness. No rules. Nothing's off. Huh? You won't have consideration for your fellow man. Y'all heard the Congresswoman. So maybe you don't take it from me, take it from Jasmine Crockett. She said what we've been studying about and how you need to be trying to move and learn to move. She said it all in one wop. instead of an 18-hour class like we used to do. So hopefully you're paying attention. Because it means something.
Minister Abbas Araghchi held a press briefing where he strongly condemned the attacks and blamed the United States for any response that will come. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington. Well, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held a press briefing where he strongly condemned the attacks and blamed the United States for any response that will come. The warmongering and lawless administration in Washington is solely and fully responsible for the dangerous consequences and far-reaching implications of its act of aggression. Iranian foreign.
Did you hear it? Did you? Did you hear it? Okay. I told y'all that God told me to get ready for a lawless time. And that's what we are living in, especially since January. Especially since January. Before, but especially since January. People lied to the people of America and the world and told them after COVID that things were going to get better. I met y'all at the end of COVID, whatever. And I said, please don't. Did you hear what I said? You didn't listen. Or maybe you behind in the thing, so I'm going to let you do that. You probably about to hear me say it now. I know they be running y'all at different times over there. We living in a different time. We are living in a different time. They lied to folks and told them everything was going to go back to normal. And I begged y'all, I said, do not listen to them. That is not the truth. There are people that are going to tell you to go build these big, beautiful houses. This was 3 years ago. I said, please don't do that because the housing market is going to crash. As a matter of fact, every industry is going to crash. Do not do it. Y'all remember this? I said, if you can buy a house or whatever it is, buy smart. Because you're going to want a certain area to protect, because you can't, if you got that big old house and niggas get to trying to run into folks out, and you need to be able to have somebody to be at all the windows and stuff. Y'all remember this conversation in the beginning? You said, wrote in my journal yesterday, we are most definitely living in a different time. Yeah. Yeah. Look it. What's going on with the housing market in 2025? Can you tell me? $2025, what's going on with the housing market? It's crashing. There's a lot of houses for sale, but none are moving. It's crashing. So did God tell us in 22? Did he tell us? He did. Now they're saying if by looting, bombing, rioting, if your house get towed up from any of that stuff, they not paying it. The insurance company just let that out recently. People just got notices. I passed my real estate classes, never took the test. God put me on a different path. This. So did he told us. To my people that drive all electric cars, well, some of them take gas. None of them are all electric, right? Or do y'all have cars that are all electric? Are there cars that are just completely electric, or are there only ones that they're like electric and a little bit of gas? So no cars are complete electric. Teslas don't take gas? Do they? I don't know. Yes, there are some cars that are gas and electric, and some that are just. Okay. There are 100% electric cars only. Okay. Okay. So some cars are complete electric. Some cars can take gas or run on electric. Okay. Is this what y'all telling me? Tesla is all electric? Okay. Some of them. Okay. I'm just trying to get a thing here. Okay. 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 So let's do a hypothetical scenario. If the grid is down for 2 months and you have an all electric vehicle, how will you and your family move around? Because gas run out fast too. Sometimes gas is real fast. But if the electric is down, can your car move after it? I don't know how many miles you get to a charge, but if there is no electric for two months, what do you do? No, and I'm not trying to be funny, y'all, because these are things that we don't think about. But if you think about I Am Legend and Leave the World Behind and all, the cars be sitting. Certain cars be sitting, and certain cars, old schools and stuff, they get down through there. They got somebody put something in the carburetor, they get the tinkering with stuff, and they still work. The old battle axe boys, the hard steel guys, they keep going. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, because we are in the Jetson age, technically. And everything in the Jetson age was electronic and technology and all of that. You said my boyfriend wanted to buy a Tesla. I said, nope, not after Leave the World Behind. Won't catch me. That part. Come on, baby. Using that noggin. That's right. Because most folks would have been like, let's do it. No, that's not a smart idea. They don't put those movies out for nothing. Good job. You hear me? I need something that work. Because cute and ain't going nowhere ain't about to help me. What I'm going to do with that? No. But in real life, these are things I need you to be thinking about. Huh? Are we? Do we have the people that I think we have over here before I get to doing certain things? Just because I know y'all didn't see. So do we before I get to looking over here too much? Huh? Do we have somebody over here? I don't know if we do or not. Because I know y'all be paying attention to some of the stuff that be going on over here. Do we got a crazy person over here? Before I get to, because I don't know. Y'all be knowing if they be talking crazy. It is a crazy person. Because I've been ignoring some stuff. I thought I saw some crazy people over here, but okay, so, all right. See, I be catching stuff out the corner of my eye. But you know, sometimes I can read stuff wrong. Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So there we go. We just gonna do this right here. There we go. All right. Okay. See? Taken care of. There we go. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Yeah. Time is too short to be fooling with crazy folks. I'm sorry you don't have nothing to do with your life, but we are coming up with a master plan like Pinky in the Brain. I'm gonna need you to move around. We don't got time for no silly stuff. As y'all can see, calm, cool, and out of here is what you'll be if you don't know how to mind your business and act like you got some sense. I don't know. And now y'all see why I ain't trying to just be around a whole bunch of people, because people is about to start losing their itch. They just like they gonna be malfunctioning. I'm trying to tell you. And this is why God let us get our calm. And all I want you to remember is a movie now. I ain't gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna show you what happened. It was a little girl, and her daddy said, "You sit right here and start singing your song. And I'm gonna go have a conversation in the other room. And no matter what you hear, you just stay here and sing, okay?" And this is all she heard. All right, are you ready to go? Let's get your bag. Come on, let's. Remember that nigga was in there losing it? Y'all remember the movie now? Okay. You ready to go? All right, I'm gonna need. Don't worry about it. Your brother is where your mom is. Okay. You just gonna sit right there. We just have you sit right there. Don't move. People about to go start going crazy, just like that man. Do you hear me? Sweet sauce. Yep, burning. Look at all y'all knowing. Okay, good. Y'all knew when the door came, didn't you? When you start hearing the jiggling of the door, that did it, didn't it? That got you. You can see it being played out in your mind. All you gotta do is think about him. That's what people about to be on around here. And them is the people I told you I do not want to be stuck in a hole with. Listen. That's how people, but you want to be stuck in a crazy situation with a person like that? Do you? Because I don't. We trying to figure out how to live and you screaming and hollering and freaking, nigga, I'm hit you dead in your throat. You won't be screaming too long. No. Right, shut up. Come here, let me talk to you. Quick elbow to your damn throat, nigga, shut up. You hear me? Now, because the shovel might make you start moaning. If I hit you right in the right place in your neck, you ain't going to be able to even do that. Nigga, they looking for us. Shut up. Hell. I don't know when you going to spaz out again. You don't need to be even able to. No. I done already talked to my kids like, look. It's getting real out here. You better start paying attention and get your stuff together. And if and at any time that you feel like you want to get crazy and you can't do this no more, you tell me early. We gonna go and take care of that, because you still ain't about to put all of us in no jeopardizing jeopardy because you wouldn't be crazy, no. You better get your, you just need to take a walk tail back in there and walk them damn floors, because you'll not be outside. The heck? It's always the person that can't control themselves to get everybody else killed. No. That just gotta go against it. Always gotta have something to say. You the person that always, so chill that ish out right now. If you that person that always gotta, just cause somebody say something you ain't in control, you gotta be, you can, don't come to no camp I'm at. And then be the folks that don't even know what to do. Then be expecting somebody to come and run back and get you. You didn't want to listen to the plan, so you on your own. You hear me? Shoot. Crazy. Come on. You a whole liability. Now, if you got a chip on your shoulder, I don't want nobody like, if you don't know how to take directions and actually listen to the plan before you start talking about what ain't gonna work and all of that, no. Listen. Nope. In all the movies, the person that don't know how to take advice, don't know how to listen, always want to be the most important, and doesn't understand the value of everybody that's trapped in this situation, because everybody probably got a skill that could be useful. That's why we just so happen to be right here together. Too much dip on your chip and win and wind up getting tied up to the plan. Listen to the Mari. If you make it to the end of the plan. Because that's always the person when we supposed to be quiet that act like they don't know how to use their inside voice. What do you mean we're not going to make it? Why should I listen to you? Come here. You said what? I can't hear. You said what? Right in your throat. Well, you might not be listening to nobody. Because you're going to be trying to figure out how to breathe. So your hearing might just be going, I don't know. What happened when you can't breathe? You ain't got to listen or see nobody. You don't have to even be a part of this group. The heck? You said this is why you have to already behave that. That whole Doug. You hear me, Auntie? We gonna give you one day. Auntie said that's why you need to be, because the hole is already there for whoever don't want to pay attention. That part. Ain't nobody got time for that. So if you I gotta be and all of that, yeah, stay away from me. That's why I'm divorced. Because he was exactly that. I say this is a good plan. I don't want to do it. Why? Because I just don't want to. Oh, so you want everybody to suffer because you don't know? Yeah, let me go on and keep on moving. On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Because guess what? I will not be staying here with you. Because one thing about CERCA, I know how to listen to people that have strategy. I don't have no problem listening to a person that know what they talking about. None. I will slide to the back of the line so quick. You said you need me to do what? Bet. Because I think about things logically and strategically as well. Oh, yep, that's a good plan. Bet. Okay, yep, I see what you're doing there. But what? Did they come over here and start typing stuff? Lord, is the crazies out? Yeah. Not that you done left one place and came over here. I don't know if people understand that white van behavior is still on the internet too. Did y'all know that? Like if a person don't want you talking to them, you're not supposed to. If a person don't want you looking at them, you're not supposed to. And I don't know if y'all know, but people that just be walking down the street like just spouting out crazy stuff, most people grab their purse and kind of look at them, or they grab their hip, or inside the jacket, or they start walking a little different. You can't just be coming on people's blocks and just spouting out crazy stuff. Strange behavior. You realize that if you'll do it online, you'll do it in person. And you get too comfortable, so that means you probably be driving by people's house and just be looking all in their windows and stuff, trying to see when they home. You shouldn't do that. People is crazy. What? Okay, moving on. What was we talking about? I can't even stay focused. All the crazies is out. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, back to where we was trying to go. So now that we live in a lawless nation, we already did, but
Iran has also directed its proxy groups to embed sleeper cells in the homeland to be activated. Experts we spoke to said that should the U.S. join these attacks on Iran, they may try to activate these sleeper cells, Kelly. Iran's operatives in the U.S. will strike.
So you think we need to understand and remember that you've got Iranian operatives in the United States right now?
Yes.
Were we talking about that in 22? Remember all the Russians that came over through Mexico? Right before they stopped all the people from coming over the border, and immigration got to be, it was over 30,000 or 300,000 people that came here from Russia and Ukraine. Y'all remember that? And they was all camped outside on the other side of the Mexican border. And Putin then said, if you mess with Iran, we about to come see you. And China said, yep, if you mess with Iran, we about to come see you too. And then India said, don't forget us. And don't forget Pakistan. Because we all coming to your grandma's house. We're going to be on our four corners waiting on you when you get home. Y'all remember this?
Coming out today, White House is currently monitoring possible Iranian sleeper cells in the United States. Here's another one that came out. Trump administration boosts monitoring of possible Iran-backed cells in the U.S. as Trump weighs strikes. Highly vulnerable Iranian supreme leader may try to activate sleeper cells in the West as Israeli onslaught mounts, experts warn. So FBI sleeper cell warning list coming out this back in 2023. The first one is Washington, D.C. They know there are sleeper cells in Washington, D.C. all throughout New York. There's so many in New York. There's no specific locations, just the entire state of New York has sleeper cells. San Francisco, California, Santa Clara, California, Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California, Houston, Texas, Arlington, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Boca Raton, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Boston, Massachusetts, Plainfield, Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Laurel, Maryland, Potomac, Maryland, Harridan, Virginia, Springfield, Virginia, Raleigh, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Charlotte, North Carolina, Detroit, Michigan, Columbia, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Denver, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Tucson, Arizona, and Seattle, Washington. Iran has also directed.
What do I teach? You can go to my YouTube. There's not just one specific thing. I teach a lot of things. So, CERCA TROVA 22. Hello? Did y'all understand the pattern of how they described it? They started up California and Washington. They came down, around, right? Florida, up, boom. And then they hit the Midwest, right? That's how he gave the list. Is that not how I told y'all they was going to do? Now, think about this. Y'all remember last year and the year before when the fires were starting up by like Washington and all of those areas up there, and people kept catching people with like the black and white and then red. I can't think of what is those scarves called. Don't kill me. The ones that they wear in Pakistan and stuff. Y'all remember they kept catching people running with backpacks at the northern border. Now he keep talking about Mexico, but y'all don't remember when they was coming. No, is it a hijab? Not the women. Not the one. Okay, the scarf is called a hijab too. Both of them is. I didn't know. I thought it had a different name. The black and white scarf that the men wear, and the red one. Yeah, not the woman. I know what a hijab is. I didn't. What is it called? Right. I know what a hijab is. Well, y'all know the one I'm talking about. Anyway, y'all don't remember when, er, throughout this last couple years, they kept finding people that a kaifa, is that right? Or kafia? Okay, well, y'all know the scarf I'm talking about. I got one in there. I just don't know what it's called. So they kept finding people with backpacks, groups, right, of people running through people's backyards, and they could tell that they were, you know, the same thing they be doing in all the other borders, okay? But think about it. Right after that, there would be these fires, like the ones up in New York. Remember all the explosions that have been happening, like all the battery places down in Atlanta. And I said, hey, those are those are TAs. Y'all remember? Remember when the water situation happened in North Carolina, South Carolina, and all that? I said, hey, we had just talked about the different types of fairs, and I said, pay attention to these things. Okay? Right? Do you hear me? Where they sleep. Because right after Mr. P told us, I will tap dance on y'all forehead, it started being all of this stuff like the tankers was falling in the water, and the bridges kept getting took out, and then the fire at the electrical place or whatever was going on with that, remember? And then none of the banks worked, and people couldn't get their money back in summer 2022, remember? People kept trying, like it was credit unions and stuff. Nobody, like they couldn't get their money out. It showed that the money was in there, their checks was going in there, but they couldn't get no money out. Y'all remember this? It was credit unions too. It was banks, but it was also credit unions. Y'all remember? And I said, hey, pay attention to that. The chlorine place in Atlanta, all of the chicken farms that's been burning up and stuff. Y'all remember? Or even that they were getting sick. Remember, we talked about types of fairs being attacking the food and the water and then the power grid. We also talked about clearing the area so that when you're getting ready to come visit, certain things aren't in the way. Y'all remember? Y'all remember? So there's been fires up top, on the side, tornadoes through the middle, and it mudslides and floods in the mountains, and hurricanes on the bottom. And if you look at where all of these things have happened, if a person was trying to come visit you and you didn't want them to come visit, everything is wide open. After certain people from our security team got let go. Do y'all remember me telling you that I got into it with my brother in October of last year? And I told him, your president is about to crash the world's economy. And he started going off on me. I said, and it's something going on right now. And I know you don't believe it, but you got to see it. Y'all remember? I told him that we had a whole spat about it. The fastest way for a country to use up its resources is war. Ain't gonna be no gas because they're gonna be sending it over there. Ain't no trucks and stuff gonna be moving because they're gonna need the men to go to war. Didn't we talk about this? We talked about not being a damsel in distress because what happened if your man ain't around or they start splitting up families and stuff? Y'all remember? You need to know how to do something, use some tools. You need to be teaching your children just in case. We talked about this. Huh? Did we? And now they drafting the men and the boys, right? Well, people, period.
Here are some things that will disqualify you.
Big news right now, and I need your help to spread the word. At an ICE detention facility in South Texas, a family detention facility, families are being forced to literally fight over water. The conditions are horrific, and I need you to listen to them as I read them. This is from the Associated Press. One mother was told she would have to use tap water for formula for a 9-month-old who had diarrhea for 3 days after. And a 16-year-old girl described people scrambling over each other for water. One family with a young boy with cancer said he missed his doctor's appointment after the family was arrested. He's now experiencing relapse symptoms. Another family said their 9-month-old lost over 8 pounds while in detention for 1 month. A 12-year-old boy with a blood condition spoke about his feet becoming too inflamed to walk, even though he saw a doctor. Now he stays mostly off his feet. It hurts when I walk. This is a family detention facility in South Texas. People need to know what's happening. Spread the word. I'll follow along for more, and I'll do a full breakdown.
Did we talk about them doing people like that and they not gonna care about your medical conditions? They're not gonna care about none of that. They're not gonna care that your kids is babies. They're not gonna care. Interesting. Oh yeah, I saw this video this morning. The way the children, where I started to cry. Okay, but did we talk about it? Did we talk about it? That they not gonna care about your kids, and this is how they about to get people to take that thing because you don't want them to suffer, do you? Okay. Well, there's a way you can get out of it, and they're already telling them that if you let us track you, you can leave. If you sign up for the self deportation such app where we can track you, you can leave. You mean like it's gonna be like you could get this and then you could go back to your regular life like they was doing the what's the name? Oh, okay. I kept trying to tell y'all. Don't be okay with them doing it to the immigrants because they just need to make sure it works. And when I talked about folks being in camps in 2020, folks are like, oh, okay. Well, now they're picking up American citizens. Exactly what we talked about 3 years ago. You can get out if you let us mark you. They already giving them women all of these uh medical procedures, forcing them into medical procedures they don't even need. Okay, without the doctor, like without whoever's like approval, they're doing it. Yeah. So, I mean, we can sit here and act like it's not happening. Like you don't need to be training your children to stay put when you tell them. Do not talk when I tell you not to talk. Don't yell, don't scream, don't come out until we say peaches or whatever your code word is. You said they got families in cages. Oh, I know. But the word is fulfilling itself. What does Revelations talk about? What's it say? People don't ever believe nothing until they see it. I do not have to believe. I don't have to see it to believe it. I don't have to. God can tell me, and I believe it when He say it. Do I believe it when He say it? I ain't always been like that. Back in the day, I used to cut up. Oh, I'm gonna test you out. I'm gonna see what you got going on. No, I don't even play like that at all. Cause I know when He mean business, and what He said gonna happen. Here we go. It says do 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 ba ba ba. Let me see. Oh, there you are. Okay. This is Revelations 5. 13 and 5. It says the beast was allowed to boast and speak insults against God. It was allowed to use its power for 42 months. Interesting. The beast opened its mouth to insult God, to insult His name and the place where He lives, and all those who live in heaven. It was given power to make war against God's holy people and to defeat them. It was given power over every tribe, race of people, language, and nation. Everyone living on earth would worship the beast. These are all the people since the beginning of the world whose names are not written in the Lamb's book of life. The Lamb is the one who was killed. Anyone who hears these things should listen to this. Whoever is to be a prisoner will be a prisoner. Whoever is to be unalived with the sword will be unalive with the sword. This means that God's holy people must have must have patience and faith. Oh, oh. Did it say the people that was going to be left here after the rapture, or did it say God's holy people? Go read it in your Bible so you can know. What's it say there? You don't even got to take my advice for it. You can go read it for yourself. Okay. So then we're going to go, just skip on down here. Right here to 15. It says the second beast was given power to give life to the idol of the first beast. Then the idol could speak and order all those who did not worship it to be killed. The second beast also forced all people. It didn't say Americans. It said all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave. Oh, okay. To have a mark put on their right hand or on their forehead. No one could buy or sell without this mark. This mark is the name of the beast or the number of its name, and anyone who has understanding can find the meaning of the beast's number. This requires wisdom. This number is the number of a man, and it is 666. And I already know 6 neurons, 6 protons, 6 whatever. Yeah. But no. So, you can go back to your regular life if we can track you. Does it sound familiar? But you have to prove your identity and that you are a world citizen in order to do so. A global citizen. So then you'll be able to travel when you want to.
A global citizen is someone who recognizes and embraces their interconnectedness with the wider world, transcending national and geographical boundaries. It's a concept that emphasizes shared humanity and a sense of responsibility for global issues. Here are some key aspects of what it means to be a global citizen. Awareness and understanding. Global citizens are knowledgeable about global challenges like poverty, climate change, human rights, and
Y'all
social
see
injustice,
me
and
twiddling
understand
my
how
thing?
these issues affect people worldwide. Interconnectedness. They recognize
I didn't say hey Google or nothing. I'll be right back. But I tell y'all, they been on my phone. I told y'all I couldn't even talk to my daughter today. We had to get off of the Google Meet thing and go over to FaceTime. Then if I try to talk on the phone, they can't hear. Listen, I'll be trying to tell y'all. Listen. Okay. I was way back here. My phone is on the desk. I'm twiddling my thing. Y'all see me. I ain't said hey nobody. I'll be right back. Y'all wonder why I be needing my meds, nigga, because I know what's going on. You cannot talk about. I told my daughter today, she said, Mom, why is they doing this? I said, because 3 years ago, folks went and bought a whole bunch of stuff that they going to need right now, and they was trying to figure out how we knew before they even told us the plan. We went and bought eggs, and then all the eggs. We went and bought milk, and then all the milk. Okay? We gonna start buying all these dehydrators and all of this kind of stuff. And then the largest produce plant in the world burned down like 2 weeks later. Okay. They been over here. When they was stopping y'all from being able to buy certain stuff, I said they need y'all to be caught off guard. And that's why they're blocking. As soon as the WHO got over here is when as soon as they made their partnership, that's when they started hitting my account because the World Health Organization is a part of what's going on right now. They the ones that need y'all to be destitute so that you can take that little thing they got. I told y'all. I told y'all. Y'all. Ooh-wee. Mm-mm. At least y'all was here to see it happen. I be trying to tell y'all what be going on when I don't be on this here internet, but now y'all get to see. I could be. I told y'all that day, because normally, like, you know, if we watching TV or something, or we got our music playing on our iPad, you got it facing you, right? And remember the day I told y'all I was praying in my kitchen and my iPad was facing me, and when I started to like pray under my breath, my music turned off. I'm it's on this counter. I'm washing dishes over here. As long as it can hear me talking, right? Music playing. Soon as I turned my back and started praying under my breath, it don't matter, pumpkin. I was listening to music. That doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is when I started to pray, the music, because that camera couldn't read my lips, or couldn't hear me, but it was hearing the sound of my voice, it did it more than one time. It turned off. Soon as I moved my iPad to where it could like read my lips, music played fine. I said, because remember, every single thing that we do on our devices is being recorded. So even if you whispering, they can read your lips. It's certain things that happen with this device that let you know, if you just pay attention. Think about the conversations that you're having and your phone will just shut off. You don't think that's for. They said they went in on the teaching. Nah, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, y'all. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. It was early, and I'm on my devices all the time. So anything that they do, anytime they do anything wacky, I know what's up. But again, there used to be another life that I was in, and the people was around. And so there are certain things that are starting to. I'm trying to tell y'all, me and my daughter. Look, watch this. I don't know if she gonna answer. She might be asleep. Or busy. You busy? Okay, real quick. I'm live, okay? When we was trying to talk on the phone earlier, what kept happening?
The phone kept echoing and breaking up.
So you couldn't hear me and I couldn't hear you. How many times do we have to hang up on Google Meet, and then what do we have to do in order to be able to hear each other?
We hung up about 3 or 4 times. And then we had to just get on FaceTime.
Okay. How many times has that been happening recently to Mom's phone?
A lot.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
The first time it happened, my phone started echoing. Remember I told you I came in here and showed her the Nostradamus book, and I was talking about Iran, how we already know in 2019 what was going to happen. That's when it started echoing. Then I showed her another journal entry about something else, and it started echoing again. She couldn't hear me. It got so bad. It was like, quack, 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 quack. I'm like, y'all going to have to back up so we can hear. So we had to get off of Google Meets and get on FaceTime to even be able to talk. That's how crazy my phones are right now. You said at 2:30 a.m. I was watching a TikTok video and someone started talking to me in a walkie-talkie voice. I believe it. You said this has been an issue for you as well. Listen, this is the thing. That's why I keep saying, like, people, I don't care if people believe me. When I'm off of here, it still be crazy stuff happening. I'm trying to tell you. I'm not just like I told you. I felt like somebody was under my car last year for my grandson's birthday, and that very time I drove, what blew? Something under my car. And I hadn't had no leaks, no nothing. Like somebody just fixed the hose right where when I went over a certain amount of whatever, it'll just pop off. And I kept telling you, I kept looking out there feeling like somebody was messing with my car. I'm like, girl, you tripping, you tripping, you tripping. And then get on the road that morning, ain't even on the road 2 hours. And could have had a very bad car accident. And also, as you playing through and the microwave is turned on, it starts to make funny noises until the microwave goes off. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I'm not. I know what's going on. I told y'all they been know who I was a long time ago, and I ain't trying to be funny. They been know. They been know me. They been know who I was way before I got over here because of other stuff that I used to be doing. hmm Listen, you are going to have to at some point in time get rid of every device you have. The sucky new thing about these cars is that they're built with tracking devices in them. You hear me? So, at some point in time, that whole no contact thing, even your watch. If it's a smart watch, you ain't gonna be able to take it with you, and you can't take the battery out your phone. The love of technology is a real thing, Mari, and this is what I'm saying. Like, because if God gives you an out, what you gonna do with it? If He gives you a place and you just gotta be connected to the outside world, what is that gonna do for everybody else? If they say no phones, no technology, turn it over. They gonna send a beacon to the spot. Everybody else gonna be in danger. So, in these moments, you need to be thinking about what you're gonna be willing to sacrifice to be able to make it into the next day. Strategy. Because it's always the people without some kind of strategy that get everybody messed up. I'ma wing it. Oh yeah, no. Gone over there. Things get moved around. I be needing y'all to pay attention. I don't like when people come in my class and just say random stuff. Okay? I really need you to come in class and listen to what we're talking about and then make responses based on that. Not just random stuff. I don't like when y'all do that. You said when you told us to shut off the hydro box and check things, I did. The no phone, no TV for 3 days. Listen, that's what I was gonna ask. Was anybody in the class, or thank you for reminding me, did anybody go through and shut their breaker off and see what all you can use in your house if it ain't no power? Did you look up how long your deep freezer gonna keep that food cold and how fast you gonna have to cook it before you wasted all that money? Okay. That's a very important deal because you're going to see how much useless stuff you have in your house if it ain't no power. Thousands of dollars wasted. You said test your stuff. It will be eye-opening. Listen. You said your air is out right now. Okay. So understand. It's important for you to see what you don't have. It looked like you got everything because the power is going. But if the power is out and none of this stuff that we plug up and use to do whatever works, what do you have in your house that's useful? If you don't have cast iron, you need to get some. It ain't got to be the most expensive. You just need some cast iron. Okay? A Dutch oven, French oven, whatever you want to call it. People have all different names for them. But the heavy iron, cast iron skillet with the lid on it that our grandmas used to cook like greens and stuff in, that can go down in the ground and it can go over an open fire. Okay? That kind of stuff is going to be important now because them cute little cheap pots that everybody's selling, them things going to burn up if you got to cook over an open stove. You need something that if you got to drop it down on some coals, flat down on some coals in the fire, you ain't gonna burn your food and it's gonna do what it need to do. That top is gonna act like the top of your oven. So my young girls, nigga wanna buy you something, they will ask you what you want. Baby, I want some cast iron. You need a cast iron grate if you can get one, or a cast iron what you call them things? I can't think, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. A griddle plate. You said wood and coal, heavy cast iron. This, yes, because these cute little pots and pans y'all got, they not gonna cook outside if you have to cook outside of our open fire. Like if you have to start living in the woods, them cute pans is not about to do nothing. Hey, you got a Dutch. See, some people call them French ovens. Some, they got a whole bunch of names for them. That's why I say French oven, Dutch oven, whatever, all the same. You can also drop that bad baby down in a hole and wrap it in some leaves and use it as an oven that way. So there are going to be some things that instead of blowing money on some cute new tennis shoes, you can get you a nice cast iron pot set that is going to be very useful maybe in the next coming, year or so. Because if we're living in a war-torn area, you got to think, most of us don't have propane. People like, oh, I'm just gonna cook outside with my propane. What happens when it runs out? You might have to cook over wood. I'm in the process of moving, and all my cast iron essentials were packed first, kettle. And I'm trying to tell you, Viv, them cute little pots ain't about to hold up nothing. If you gotta be boiling water all the time and all of that stuff, you need something that's gonna last and that's gonna hold this heat, because we got lava rocks. Say you having to cook several things at one time. You can make a layer of lava rocks, heat them lava rocks up, and to the highest degree. They're good, but it ain't gotta be. You didn't hear with me, Goddess of Euphoria. It's not gonna matter. You just want to have some. You do not have to go buy the best because you want to buy as much. Now, if you find it on a deal, yes, but it does not matter. You just need some cast iron. And this time, it's not about having the best or having the top of the line. No, because you need to have as many things as you can you can use. Okay? Cast iron is cast iron. They got some this, whatever. Now, if you want to spend your money on whatever, do that. But If there's other survival things you need, you can go to the Mexican store, the carniceria, or the Indian store, or the African store. Any of them, they gonna have some. They gonna have some, and they work because they use them. So here we go. Excuse me. You said I bought a cast iron small grill that I can put in the ground if need be. Yeah, all of it. You need something, cause everybody was talking crazy about, oh, I got gas. Gas don't work without electricity. Like the gas now don't. It ain't gonna pump. That's different if you got your house hooked to propane, but there's still some kind of pump that's pushing that through there. And most times now, the way they made it, it's electric. Yeah, this is the thing. Amazon got whole sets. I got a whole set of cast iron for, well, I don't know how much it is now, but it was like $160. It came in a box. There was a griddle, a double-sided griddle. I think 2 different skillets, and then a Dutch oven. And then it came with the hook and something else for like, I think it was like 150 or one, and I ended up getting it for like 129 because it was one of them times when they was running a sale. But get what you can and grease it up and get it together, because we don't know what we're gonna have to do. Cast iron, you can take, what is it, salt and some, can't you can make a salt heater with cast iron too, right? You pour the salt in there and heat the, fire up or heat the oven up or whatever you gonna do, right? If you got some kind of thing, you can heat the salt up, and it'll make a radiator heater in that cast iron skillet in your room, in the room that you're trying to heat. Did y'all know you could make a salt radiator heater out of a cast iron and some salt? You said clay pots work too. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's radiation heat though. The heat radiates out from the pot. So it's technically a radiation heater, like a radiator heater, because the heat radiates from the. You can make heaters. So that's another thing. Even if you're not going to cook with it, clay pots are good for refrigeration. Exactly. So these are things that are going to be super valuable. Okay? These are things that are going to be super, super valuable. Yes, God shall. I know, yep. You can do the water and the sand. We looked into that too. The smaller pan into the bigger clay pot, and then you can refrigerate your food. It'll keep stuff cold even in hot temperatures. Thank you. So these things, family, they're gonna be important, okay? And we've talked about them enough, but there's some people that have never ever heard it before. Thank you so much. There are people that have never heard it, and so it's important that you have just the tools. So if you do need to do something, at least you have the tools in your house to do so. You said I ended up with 2 sets because the first one came broken in the case. Really? And so they sent you another one? Oh, it came with a broken case. Okay. Right. Yeah. So these things, right? People like, I ain't doing that. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying to make sure at least you got one room in your house so folks don't freeze to death, because when you at all fair is love and war, they say. So we at war. Folks is not gonna be caring about your kids being cold, hungry. You see, we just watched the video about the people not caring that the baby didn't have no medicine, ain't going to chemo, nothing. You cannot put your hope in our leaders and what we have now. Our life is changed. And so you have to be everything that you need to be for your family. So you need to think about, okay, boom, they hit the lights. What are we going to need? Well, candles, that wax and stuff burn out. So you're gonna have to have other options. This, right? So, what happens if there's no electricity? What happens if there's no heat? What happens if there's no running water? What will you do? You do not want to be a sitting duck and just don't have nothing. Because your children, your husband, your wife, your whoever you care for, even if it's just you should be, you depending on you to get up and see into the near future what things are going to be important. If you ever watched any of the dystopian movies, you need to think about how they was living. It's going to be very important in real life. They did not put all those movies like the Walking Dead shows and all of these out there for nothing. And I told my daughter today too, I'm like, you need to start watching what you call it, Sweet Tooth, because y'all realize that's what's happening. Literally, what happened in Sweet Tooth is happening right now. It was little by little that the changes came, and by the end of it, it was crazy. I seen a guy on TikTok start a fire using the oil from a tuna can. Yep. Fish oil and stuff like that. Sardines, you can use all that. It's grease fire. I'm glad you said that. I need to rewatch it. I never saw the second season. Listen. Everything that was happening there is happening right now. And it's crazy. I said they just be hiding it in, what do you call it? Entertainment. But it be the truth. Because right after that movie comes out, something pops up off the page or out of the screen and be in our life. So, I'm not going to keep y'all. It's Sunday. We done been on here a couple different hours, but I do want y'all to pay attention. I'm not trying to make nobody scared or none of that, but you need to be aware and you need to be ready. You need to be ready for the worst case scenario. Already have a plan of how to salt your meat. So then if that means you need to buy a whole bunch of salt, God forbid they hit the power, and your meat has not been dehydrated or whatever else, and you got several 100 pounds of ground beef and this and that, if I were you, I would start trying to can that meat, dehydrate that meat, or whatever. You can always reconstitute it. You know what I'm saying? But it's better to not have it go to waste and do something with it now than for them to hit the power and you just lost $2,000 worth of meat or 15. I don't know. You know how much meat is in your freezer and vegetables and stuff like that. So if you can dehydrate a lot of your stuff, probably before winter, or at least half of your meat, it would be smart. Because I would rather have it dehydrated or canned and not lose it than for them to be on some, because they already said they're going to attack us. The easiest way to get to disable a country is to hit their power sources. So, you're welcome. You are welcome. You hear me? So this is the thing. You need to think about, God forbid, if there's, when God already said it's going to be days of darkness. So with that, if you're still not listening, that's crazy to me. But your basic necessities to stay alive without like hypothermia and all of that, you need, because we going into winter now. It's hot right now, but it ain't gonna be for long. We have about 2.5 months. Okay, and with the way the weather is going, we could get some freak snow that nobody is worried about. So wool socks for everybody in your house. What long johns, a size up for everybody in the house. Real insulated gloves, earmuffs, hats. It don't matter where you live because weather is happening where it normally doesn't happen. So that should tell you something. You're welcome, Punky. To my mamas that got a lot of babies or little babies, you ain't got to be buying the cutest things. You need to go get you some space bags, the big ones, and put enough clothes. You can go to Goodwill, you can go to Children's Place, buy all the clearance stuff. And I mean clearance, $2, $3. It ain't got to be cute. Because you don't want your baby walking around here flooding. You go buy 2, 4, 6 sizes up. Okay? You can roll up some pants legs. It's going to be hard to find material to extend them, okay? You understand? It ain't going to be no shopping stores and all. Y'all done seen the mamas on the old school movies trying to stitch them and put some extra fabric. Okay, so while there are clothes available, so what that they're generally used and so what that they ugly, you need to have 3 to 4 outfits per season, 2, 4, 6 sizes up. Vacuum seal them, put them up somewhere. So if your baby in a 4T, even if they just got into a 4T, nothing but 6T and up in these bags. 6 to 8 T's. I'll mix and match the pants. You can always roll them, hem them, whatever. But it's going to be hard to find stuff to fit if it ain't nothing. Okay? The underwear. They got them, you know, they ain't got to have nothing fancy because we're going to be washing them out. Enough underwear. Okay? For sizes up. Because what if this war gets real crazy and they shut down all the stores for 2 years? Do you have enough clothes for your kids to grow into for 2 years? And they don't need no big old wardrobe because we ain't going to be going nowhere. 4 outfits for each season. You're going to rotate out shirts and jackets and whatever else. And at that time, everybody, hell, come here, little Christy. You're going to have to put on Bobby's rundown shoes or jeans. I put a star patch on them and I sewed you a little flower there so you can, you know, aren't they nice? Sure, Mama. They're beautiful. Right, because it's all we got. I'm just saying. This ain't about to be the, oh, who got the finest war clothes. It ain't gonna matter. You just need some. It's beautiful, Mama. I've never seen anything so wonderful. I'm joking, but I'm serious for real at the same time. So while they, you know, I wouldn't even put my baby in that. Yep, my baby gonna have all of that. The $2 t-shirts that be 50 cents at Walmart at the end of the season, that I can put a long sleeve t-shirt under, and that's $2 too. Yeah, I'm gonna have all that. All of them little, yeah, because t-shirts can go for the winter, spring, and fall. They can, matter of fact, go all the seasons because I can take it off in this summer, it's spring, and I can put you a long sleeve something under there, and now it's winter and fall. Oh, okay. Okay. So all of that stuff is gonna come in handy, and I know they be having like the long sleeve t-shirts, and they mark all that down right about now. Well, they put the new stuff out now, so y'all might have lost it. But if you can go to other places where they sent last year's stuff, I wouldn't care if it was 10 years ago. She or he is going to be happy they got something to put on that's warm or cool or whatever. But thinking smart about what it is that you're purchasing is going to be a huge deal right now. Because all you got to think about is, if after August we can't get it no more ever, where does that put you? Because they talking about ports shutting down from one coast to the other or whatever, October 1st. And that could be a thing, especially if we at war, and we are. So ports and stuff like that, those things slow down during war. Because more resources are going to fund whatever the war needs. So and with them taking LEAP and all of these different other programs that could subsidize, you know, okay, I can go over to this little place and get some clothes. They're not funding that stuff no more. So where will you get it? And I keep saying it because it's going to be that serious. You got to think, if we're living in a martial law type society, you ain't going to be able to break in nothing and it's going to be okay. They'll be able to shoot you dead. So why even put yourself in that situation? Hello. Thank you. Why even put yourself in that kind of situation? Take care of it all now, so the least you have to leave your house, not that much. Hopefully people won't even know y'all still there. They're going to think y'all like gone or something or whatever. Oh, yeah, they never come out. We don't know if they're in there or not. We don't know if everybody's in there dead or not. Now we in here eating real good and everything. Y'all don't need to know if we in here or not. And I suggest you don't come knocking on the door to see. Nigga about to be opening the door like, dang, ain't even got nothing to do with it. Dang. Oh, man. Y'all know we normally got some type of prop that'll work for it, but y'all know how they be opening the door. Who is it? What are you doing around here? Well, we just wanted to. No! Mrs. CERCA? What do you want? Well, we thought we heard. You ain't heard nothing. Get off my porch. We at that time. You ain't heard nothing over here. You ain't smelled nothing over here. You don't need to be worried about nothing that is going on over here. It's none of your business. Well, I thought I heard it. I thought I smelled food coming from over there. Well, you thought wrong. Your brain is playing tricks on you. It's the starvation. It makes you delusional. Kevin Bacon, I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I'll be playing. I'm not playing with these people. No, thank you. I don't want no parts of it. Y'all gonna be too friendly and they gonna be and stole all your stuff. Wake up, door gonna be wide open and all of your stash gonna be gone. It's just gonna be little bitty crumbs of corn on the way back, and the mice might have ran in and took them. Y'all playing. Our whole stash is gone. I told you not to let them in here. No. My story would be they raided, they got in there, and that old lady went down fighting. I think she might have took two of them with her. I don't know for sure. One of them, it looked like he might have got out with like a little box of cereal or something, but RJ, listen. That little old lady, I don't know, nigga. All I know is, hey, they went in there trying to get some bread or something. They said they was going to be right out. Ain't none of them niggas made it back out. But I did see her boiling something and burning something back there in the backyard. I wonder what that was. Excuse me, Miss CERCA. I'm going to be doing like this, y'all. Look. Coming in my yard. I don't know why they were over here. I told them to stay away from him. I asked them not to come by my door. Oh, God. Why are they doing that? They going to be, yeah, you just leave her alone. Oh! I told them not to come by my door. I told them not to be over here. They made me do it. Mm-hmm. Even the craziest people stay away from real crazy people. Oh, okay. Oh. Walking around in the front yard looking crazy. You hear me? One sock on, one sock off. Take me a little mud and smear it on my face and get to barking at people. You better quit playing with me. Uh-oh. Girl. You said Washington State doesn't have passport or apps to get a star on our driver's license until August. My daughter was telling me something about that this month out. Let's see. Y'all don't know. I done been thinking about all this a long time. How y'all think the government be having whole folks that ain't even homeless? You see them every day with the basket and all of that, and if they act like they crazy, they know you gonna leave them alone. The whole time they be perfectly safe. Have you not noticed that most of the homeless people you talk to are very smart? Very smart. Genius level, as a matter of fact. Oh, okay. You said the Bart took me out. Listen, y'all don't know how to play crazy for real. That's why. Playing crazy can get you out of a lot of situations. But you can't take it too much. You gotta have it just right at the line. Come here, little bluebird. Do you see this beautiful bird? It's gonna fly away. And then you just drop the cup. Did you do that? I just wanted the bird to make it out of here. Like you gotta play it just right. Cause first they think you normal. You said I'm done. You right. See, it's a raven. Right? Fly bird. And it's a whole cup. And then you just start spazzing out. Yeah, they gonna walk to the other side of the street. Listen. You is not gonna worry about leaving me out here. Y'all not gonna want me in the camp anyway. Just leave her. She's fine. I come home. I got a whole thing set up in here. I'm watching you niggas watch me. See, y'all ain't think about the kind of crazy y'all gonna be. So they just leave you in your space. I done already thought about it. You said facts. Keep them on their toes, having random shout outs. I'm trying to tell you, y'all ain't thought about how you gonna stay out. I've been thinking about, you said I am now. Right. Because think about it, in all those movies, they never pay attention to them people. They don't care. It's the people that they think know what they talking about. Them the ones that be wanting to round up. I don't know nothing. What's your name? What's your name? How old are you? Why would you know? That's what I've been trying to figure out. Well, I used to be 12 at one point in time, and then I was 7, but how old are you? Ma'am, do you know your name? Do you know your name? Meow. Nigga, I'm about to, don't even worry about it. They're gonna be like, leave her. Just let her go. Just let her go. Just let her, ma'am, here's your cup back, ma'am. Yeah, I think I'll play. Okay, well, do it. Y'all better think about what kind of crazy you about to be. I see. You got my umbrella ready to and know all my Mary Poppins songs. This part you said putting on a whole show, and then come right back to my house and put my meat in the pot and kick my feet up and put my little TV on and watch my Law and Order and drink me some coffee, probably without no creamer in it, and I'm gonna be just fine. Okay. Mm-hmm. We is red tape. You said my crazy smear chocolate on my face and tell him it's doo-doo. I was thinking about it. I'm already on it. That's why I kicked me some cocoa powder, a little flour, make it look like it's been sitting for a minute. Mm-hmm. Like the heat didn't got to it, and I might, just bite it, but it ain't nothing but chocolate and flour. It's really nice. Like, I didn't thought about all of it. I'm trying to see again. I didn't thought about what kind of crazy I'm gonna play. Leave me alone. Just let me be out here in the wilderness. Don't bother me. Right. Oh, she's one of those ones. Is. Make you a little cocoa powder and water, and then put you some, and then like form it into like a paste with some flour. Definitely gonna think it's boo boo. Just pop it in your mouth and keep on walking. They're gonna be like, oh no, nigga, no, leave her. You want some? It's really good. Nigga, she just ate some Petrified dog boo boo. It ain't nothing but no chocolate water and some flour on it. But I'm gonna let you think with that. Listen, y'all. Wait a minute. You said I used to work with people with development disabilities. I've seen a lot of work with them, and you start to act like them. I'm trying to tell you. I didn't study too many, and I'm not saying I didn't study crazy people, not development crazy. It's the difference. I didn't study crazy people, and they wasn't even in no facility. They was just outside, just as crazy as a Betsy bug. And I'm gonna watch you because I need to know what to do when the time get ready to come around here. You said I got my fire spray ready. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, ready. See, folks ain't thinking about making it to the end. I'm trying to figure out how to make it to the end. They want to crash out and just go down in glory. Well, whose glory is you getting? Because we going to be looking at you like you crazy. I'm trying to be able to lift up my little wood hatch thing and be looking around and seeing if niggas see me, see them. Y'all see I got my tree outfit now. Be walking around in that. They're going to be like, man, what are you doing? I am a bush. Bushes don't talk. Ma'am. I got my ghillie suit already. They're looking at us. Who's looking at us? Those people. You is the people, sir. But I'm going to tell you that I let you know that I see you, see me. Listen here. But be crazy as a... Might have a high heel on, walking with my ghillie suit on. Listen, whatever I need to do. Listen. You said, Auntie, I'm on the floor. See, y'all, I keep trying to tell y'all, Auntie didn't thought about all of this. You said, I almost choked. You got me over here crying. Listen. Yeah. I didn't. Okay. The crazy people always make it out. I've been telling y'all that for 3.5 years. You said I'm finna start shadow boxing and acting like I'm getting hit back. I'm trying to tell you. I been took me a pool noodle and made me a stick dog. And be putting me a belt on and be dragging it down the street talking about, come on, Scruffy, hurry now. Like, don't bark at people. And being Drew got me a plate and drew a face on the front part of it. Who gonna mess with that person? Nobody. Y'all, see, I'm trying to tell y'all. You said on 30 coins that kid was crazy smart. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all ain't ready to play crazy yet, huh? You'll play crazy for somebody you think you like. They play that crazy. The crazy you don't want to talk about no more because you can't even believe you did it. That play that crazy. That kind. You said I was straight castaway. Behavior wasn't. Get the soccer ball draw. I'm trying to tell you. Who's this? This is my husband. What's his name? Ralph. Say hello, Ralph. Hello. He says hello. Like, you gotta take it all the way, but not too far. Just so they think you just right there where you can kind of, but you don't really. That's what you need. Was thrown off hiding in there. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. Y'all ain't thinking of a plan, strategy. That part. Listen, yep, and I'm gonna be dragging the dog behind me ears, but it's gonna be a styrofoam dog. Get him! Don't come near me. You said what kind do you have in your in what kit? In what kit? Hey, Miss Bonner. In what kit? Listen. Do you want to live or do you want to die? That's all you got to tell me. Have a good night. Water? What you mean? What kind of water? Straw? You said not a danger to society, but crazy enough to leave alone. This is exactly what we going for. Because if they think you a threat, they gonna be trying to come get you. They gonna be trying to come get you. You talking about water straw? Oh, I don't know. I don't know the specific one. You know what? Girl, I ain't looked at that list in forever. I don't know that. You know, most of the stuff didn't have no name on it, Mama. The water we used, I don't even. Are you talking about the water straws or the water filter? Because you know we got three different kinds. We got the pure well. Oh, I didn't buy no water. I didn't buy no water. I didn't buy water, babe. Mm-mm. I'm gonna just be trying to filter it. I got rocks and different things, so I didn't buy water because they playing with the water anyway. So I bought all of the things to filter the water just in case there isn't any. And then you remember I bought those, the 50-gallon the Mylar bags that turn into the like water filtration, system things. So I have those, so I could take them in there in the stove. I mean, in the bathroom and fill them up in a tub, and then put them in a box. And they came with a little spout and the drop to clean the water and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't buy no specific water, because they already playing with it now. How you been? I ain't seen you. You been okay? It's a lot going on around here, ain't it? A lot. A whole lot. So anyway, we done laughed a little bit, and we don't gotta keep talking about this crazy stuff. I know it's Sunday, y'all gotta get ready for y'all days this week, but definitely be paying attention to your surroundings. Please don't waste any money if you don't have to. If you don't have your survival stuff, you need to start. Do not be ashamed to go to the food pantries, because food is food when it ain't none. And love your kids enough to not care about name brand, to go to some of these cheaper stores and get a couple outfits and some drawers sized up, so just in case it ain't nothing in the store, you ain't gotta go crazy. But get some good jeans, with maybe find the kinds with the little drawstrings in them if they too big, because you can always cuff them and hem them or whatever else you're gonna do. But you want to make sure you have some what do you call it, emergency stuff in your house. What is it called? The emergency kit. I can't think of it. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. The the emergency kit with the band-aids and the wraps and all of that kind of stuff. First aid kit. You need that. It's because my mind is thinking about all of these different things all at once. I'm thinking about my grandkids. I'm thinking about y'all. I'm thinking about, am I telling them everything? So there's a lot going on over here. But anyway, you need your first aid kits. You need a map of your state. And then I would just say go on and get you one of the road atlas 2024, so you can know if the road is out. Because if there's no GPS, you're screwed. If you don't know the roads. And you do not want to get your tail on the highway. That is the worst place to go. You want to know all the background roads and all of that. So definitely invest in a road atlas for your car and for all the vehicles at your house, because you never know what car you're going to have to take. Okay? Honey, my brain is be crazy right now, because I be thinking about a lot of different stuff at one time. But I'm about to go probably lay down for a minute. So my back is killing me. So I love y'all. You said I used to get wood for playing crazy. Now look at me, Mom. Look at me. Mom, I'm using it to save our lives. That part. So I don't know what time I'm going to come on. If I'm going to come on later, I don't even really know. We're just going to see how this day go. Okay? And since so many people are doing so much whatever. We might take off tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Because y'all need to start going through y'all survival stuff anyway and seeing what work and what don't work and how long it take to charge. Like, especially, well, it's super hot right now. But if you have a solar power generator, today would be the day to kind of like in the next couple of days, y'all need to get y'all farmer's almanac too, because they tell you exactly when the sun is going to come up and go down, right? And so then you'll know, God forbid, if anything is going on. I love y'all too. If anything is going on, you'll know what time you need to set. If you got your little watch that's, analog or whatever, however that works, digital, whatever, you'll be able to set your timer for when every morning so that you can take your solar panels outside so that you can get as much sunlight as you can charging your stuff, because it don't always have to be direct sunlight. It just charges better when the sun is not covered, but it still will charge with like semi-cloudy. You know what I'm saying? You might not get as much energy, but you'll still get some. So learning to maximize your sunlight, right, and things like that can help you keep certain things charged for the nighttime, and only use this stuff once once it's completely dark. That way you ain't using up all your stuff. It's almost dark, you can still see. So that way you can have these and don't have to use as much as your energy. But it will be good to know like what works, what doesn't work before we get into it and then you don't know. Okay? So I shall see y'all later. Later. You said the Ram McNally 2026 Atlas is already available. Okay. Well, wherever you get it, it's fine. I'm just saying, y'all need to get one. You're welcome, Miss Lady. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.